Wow, we're live. Hey guys, good to see you. You can find the chat icon on your right hand side, second icon down for me, it is anyway. Just click on that, say hi, tell us where you're from, tell us your name. Let's just touch base for a second while people are still connecting this morning. Just let me know if you can hear me okay. Got my mic turned on, I've got the screen turned on, just need to know if anyone's out there. Anyone's alive and can hear what's going on today. Getting ready for this harp webinar, how to play the harp in worship this weekend. It's going to be a great time together. All right, Cindy, hi from Colorado, fantastic. Obviously you can hear me okay. Allison, oh, good to see Allison. Kathleen, where you from, Kathleen? From D somewhere? Good to see you. We're having a great time. Just make sure everyone's got this working. Kathleen, you're from Bethel, Connecticut. Fantastic. Oh, awesome. Good to see you, Kathleen. Fantastic. Coral from Inverell, great to see you. Got some Australians here. New South Wales. That's Inverell, New South Wales, I'm assuming. Let's just confirm that. Sharon from Brisbane, great. Some Queenslanders, I love Queensland. It's my state of origin. I came from Queensland. We lived in Queensland for 35 years. Still my state of origin. Fantastic. Great, yeah, Inverell, New South Wales, it's great. Fantastic to have you here. Well, we're going to get underway, guys, and don't want to waste anyone's time. We get straight underway and get this information to you. Really, it's about activation, and I'm going to click on the slides here, and hopefully they come up for you, and you can see what's going on. Welcome to the webinar, How to Play the Harp in Worship this weekend. This weekend. It's all about activation. For me, it's, we want to, I can't believe the amount of people that have harps but don't play them in worship. I want you to be playing your harp in worship this weekend. And so we're going to give you some keys to do that. Even if you've never picked it up before, even if you're like a complete newbie and this is just like, wow, I don't know if I can do this. You can do this. You could actually do this weekend if you get your worship leader's permission or your pastor's permission to play with the team. You could actually be playing this weekend in worship. Let's get this activated. Want to get to know each other? Put up in the group chat if you can, if you own a harp. So just you can write just harp, yes or no, and then also put up, do you play your harp in church? Yes or no? Just to get a bit of an idea who's with us today, and see how many have a harp and how many actually playing in church. So you can just play in church, yes or no. Let's just get some. So yeah, looks like everyone's got harps. Oh, Cindy doesn't have a harp. Okay, well hopefully you'll get one after this when you realize how easy it can be to play harp in worship. And we want to take away all the mystery. Sharon, you don't have a harp yet. Let's help connect you. Let's get organized to get your harp. Allison has many harps. I've seen you, girl. You are loaded up with harps. I'm so impressed. Kathleen, yes, you have a harp, but you don't play in church yet. Well, this Sunday, Kathleen, this is it. No more excuses in worship. Allison, I saw your post. I saw your Facebook post, and congratulations. Cindy says, I have a harp, don't play in worship. Hopefully after this you will, Cindy. So let's continue on here with the slide presentations. It's good. We just want to interact with you and get to know what we're up to here. My goal is for you to be playing confidently. So there's a word, confidently, in at least one song in your worship service this weekend. You don't have to play in all the songs. In fact, please don't. Once people start to hear the harp, in majority of cases, they're like, would you play in every song for us? And no, the harp doesn't belong in every song. Play one, play two songs in a whole worship service. Don't overdo it. Just make the harp that special moment that helps people become aware of God. There's no other instrument like it. So I want to see you guys activated through this time. So here's the deal. If you stay till the end of this presentation, I have got a free gift for you. Nicely wrapped up too. So please stay till the end. Don't forget that, and we'll hook you up with that. What makes this webinar different? I've done a lot of webinars in the past few years. This one's free. All right. So normally we charge $350, $450 for these kind of webinars, but this one's for free. I just want to see activation happening here. And also it's concise. So it's very short. I'm going to be to the point, just give you, 3 simple things that'll get you activated and moving forward with vision and goals, and get that harp out of the corner and start practicing and start playing it in worship. And thirdly, this contains my secrets for actually activating you on the harp in worship. So I'm not trying to teach you classical. I'm not trying to teach you how to read music. I just want to get you activated in worship. And there's some simple things that you can be doing. Let's go on that journey together here today. So a little bit about me, in case you don't know. I currently play 23 instruments, and I can't say that I've mastered all them, but I play them. The harp is my favorite, of course. I'm not here trying to teach you how to play the shakuhachi, the Japanese flute. I'm trying to give you keys for the harp. In fact, the shakuhachi is one of the most difficult I've tried to learn, but the harp is the easiest. So I've written and published over 200 songs, recorded, produced 47 albums. I've been playing the harp now in worship for 8 years. So you learn a thing or two, or what to do and what not to do, and how to work with the team. Had the privilege of playing on the harp on Darlene Check's recent album, Revealing Jesus, along with Carrie Job, Israel Houghton, Michael W. Smith. That was just such a great privilege and such a great honor. I've done a lot of things right. One of the things I've done right is I've stepped out and played in worship even when I didn't have it all together. And that's what I'm asking you to do. Come on. If I can do it, you can do it. You've got to step out even when you haven't got it all perfect and haven't got it all together. You've got to get some skills, and just step out and do it. Another thing I've done right here is I began to play the harp in an innovative way, using modern effects and looping and live percussion. So there's a modern contemporary way of using the harp in worship that gets people's attention. I want their attention for God. I don't want their attention for me. I want them to actually be aware of God. I want them to worship God because they hear the sound of the harp. And so there's something about the harp that does that. It just resonates. It just opens up the spirit realm. And using contemporary effects and looping and live percussion, those kind of things, people go, wow, I didn't know you could get on the harp. And their hearts are opened. So another thing that I've learned to do is develop a modern application for this. So, what's the application for now? How does it exist in worship? Oh, I've got the little Instagram post from Darlene, actually. She said, thank you, Andrew, for such wonderful, rich worship this morning. The first time Darlene heard me playing was actually at a sisters meeting, at a ladies meeting. I was accompanying my daughter, and she was leading some worship, and Darlene was just in the front row with tears in her eyes, saying, that's amazing. She sent me a text afterwards, said, listen, you have to come and play on my live recording in a couple of weeks' time. And, I had to text her back, say, darling, I've already booked somewhere else in Australia. She said, cancel it. You've got to be there. Come to Birmingham, Alabama, and we're going to record this live worship album. So that's exactly what happened. We turned up there, and we had some album rehearsals. I'm sorry about the blurry picture. That's Israel Houghton on the right, and Darlene in the middle, and I'm over the left-hand side there playing the harp, and this just setting up for rehearsals. And let me find a better picture here for you, something a bit clearer. There we go. Look at this. It's quite funny. There's the guitarist standing there doing nothing. Okay, the harpist is playing now. What am I left to play? What a great scenario. It's quite ironic. I love guitarists, and especially standing beside them in worship too, and then right in front of the drummer and percussion. It's just amazing. Anyway, Israel turned to me in the rehearsal and says, okay, Ironside, what do you got? Because Darlene had asked me, she said, can you prepare a contemporary or fresh arrangement of the song, what's the song called? Your Presence is Heaven to Me. From the harp. I want you to, arrange the song from the harp. And when you come, and I want you to show us the arrangement. So Israel's like, Ironside, what do you got? Show us your stuff. So I started to play the idea that's actually now recorded on Darlene's album of figuring out a few lines, a few notes, and then actually tapping the harp with some percussion sounds. And I was just watching Israel. His jaw was on the ground. He's like, don't change a thing, Ironside. That's it. Just play it like that. And I think we only rehearsed the song once, and that was it. That was the rehearsal of that song for the week. That's the way the band did it around the arrangement of the harp. So it's just such a great privilege. And I'm not a genius. I just want to see you guys activated and get you guys going. So I've done some things wrong as well. Sometimes I didn't put enough preparation or personal practice into, getting ready on the harp. So in my eagerness to just jump up and do it, I could have put a bit more preparation in. I remember one time I was actually looping with the harp, and usually with a loop you set up like 4 bars, 2 bars, usually even number of bars. And there was 500 or 600 people in the Sunday morning service. And I set up this loop, and the band was coming up to play with me and to finish the service with this great song on the harp. And I got to the end of the loop, and I missed the pedal. Instead of being 4 bars, it was 4 bars plus 1 beat. In other words, the last bar had 5 beats, and completely threw it out of whack. I was so embarrassed. I mean, you can't play along to 4 bars and 1 beat. The band, you just couldn't do that. So I had to turn it off and just play, and the whole moment was kind of lost because I didn't prepare enough. So it's one of the things I've done wrong. Another thing I've done wrong is that I began playing the harp in church without having the right pedals or the right pickups. So it's been a journey of experimenting. How do I get this thing to sound right? Like, how are people going to hear my harp, and what sounds really good with this? So that's been a journey I've been on, and made a few mistakes along the way. Another thing I didn't do initially was pay enough attention to the tuning of my harp. Now listen to me. You've got to learn to tune your harp up. That's like step 1, step 2, and step 3. Tune your harp up. So even for this webinar here today, I've got my harp here with me. How many times do you think I've tuned it up so far today? It's 10 a.m. in the morning here in Australia. I think it's about 8 p.m. New York time. How many times do you think I've tuned my harp today in preparation for this? Someone just put it up in the chat area. Just see if anyone can guess this. Anyone going to see? Recently we sold our grand piano because it's so expensive to tune. I love the grand piano. I've had it for years. Sharon says 3 times. Kathleen says 5 times. Very good. Well, it's actually twice. I've tuned it twice. So about an hour before. Coral says 10. No, not quite that many times today. You see, you don't have to tune it 10 times. When your harp is kept in tune, I tuned it up about an hour ago, then just literally a few minutes before we started. So I've got an in-tune harp to play. So it's that's like number 1, tune your harp up. And if you can't tune the harp up, don't play. But I know you guys can all do that. All right, let's go back to the slides here so I know where I'm going here next. So after doing this for 1 or 2 years, doing the wrong things, I discovered that playing even a slightly out of tune in a harp in worship, it doesn't hit the mark. Like, it doesn't. People don't get it. I don't care how well you can play if it's not, in tune. I'm not talking about close, I'm talking about in tune. Like, get that needle right. And by the way, get a good tuner. I found some of the clip-on tuners, they don't quite cut it. And an inline tuner, which is a tuner that you plug from your straight out of your output of the harp straight into a pedal. So it's a pedal tuner. They're a lot more accurate and make it easy for you, especially to tune the higher notes. So even when it's slight out of tune, it doesn't hit the mark. There's something about an in-tune harp that just resonates with people. They go, I get that. That's amazing. So what else? So I asked you that question already. How many times do you think I've tuned my harp? It's only twice today, but if I was playing some more, I'd be tuning it up quite regularly. Can I encourage you, every time you play the harp, tune it up. And even if you don't play it on a particular day, tune it up. Just spend the time going through it. It actually becomes really quick and easy exercise. I've only got 30 strings on this harp, but even with a 36 string or a 40 stringer, it doesn't take that long if you keep it in tune. All right. All right. I've also discovered that the harp is difficult to amplify. Anyone else concur? Like, it's the quietest of all the instruments, and I can't believe this. When I play at our church at Hope You See, actually with Pastor Mark and Darlene, they're our senior pastors, they put me in front of the drummer. the quietest of all the instruments, and they stick you in front of the drummer. So I had to overcome some obstacles here to actually, what are the best pickups? How can people hear this clearly? How can I hear it clearly? How can this be something that will function in a loud, noisy worship environment? So that's been a really fun journey. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute, about the right kind of pickups to put in these acoustic harps. Yeah. So anyway, anyone else have that problem where they put you right in front of the drummer? Just put it up on the chat there. Like if you've been stuck in that scenario, let me know about that you identify with that as well. Another thing I've discovered is that without having the right variety of skills, all right. So we want to equip you with lots of skills. Without having the right variety of skills on your harp, you're playing, you're ministering, you're prophesying. It lacks dynamics, it lacks direction and variety. So like upskill. I don't know how long you've been playing the harp for. You might have just recently got the harp. You might have been playing for years. It doesn't really matter. Always be on the journey of upskilling. And I want to see harp players activated in worship. So I discovered the hard way. You get to cheat. You get the easy way, guys. All right. How many have experienced some of these things? Just put it up in the chat there. You'll probably find that other people have experienced these kind of scenarios as well. Being put in front of the drummer, not being able to hear your harp, having out of tune harp, not having right pedals, and all those scenarios go wrong. I don't know if you've ever blown a string or busted a string in the middle of worship. That's not very fun either. So it's great to have an inline tuner so you can actually tune up then. Most people buy a harp, don't tune it, and rarely play it. I'm sorry. That's the truth. I've been selling harps now for the last 8 or 9 years, encouraging people to learn the harp, but I can't believe the amount of people that have a harp. It just sits in the corner, collects dust. Most people don't take their harp to church worship band rehearsal because they can't be heard anyway. So we want to overcome some of those obstacles for you to come on. Let's remove those obstacles so you can come boldly into your place in worship where I believe God's called you to function. Most people fiddle around on the harp and never seriously develop or practice any of the 20 skills for playing the harp. So it's not just an instrument that we fiddle on. We've actually developed some serious skills so we can actually, let the worship come out of us. Let the prophetic sound. See, in the Old Testament, they'd call the harpists to come and they would prophesy. How can you prophesy in the harp when you don't have the skills to do that, to be able to flow, to be able to jam, to be able to express yourself in worship? So people tend to look at you in a weird way when you're walking with a harp, like you're a musician from another planet or something, or like you don't belong. And I want to just say that the harp belongs in worship. It belongs in contemporary worship. I want to encourage you to build that confidence today that you can actually take your harp in. It's a weird, sometimes on tour, they actually on Darlene's trip, they call me Andrew Oddside, as in I'm the instrument and the case that I actually carry the harp in. It's an odd shaped instrument. It's odd size case. It doesn't fit. It's just awkward. It's just there's no parallel surfaces on the harp. It's one of those kind of instruments. And anyway. You belong. I just want to say this. You belong. There's a place for you in worship, and I want you to invest in yourself here and get connected. You want the easy way that requires no tuning, no practice, no investment in lessons, pickups, or pedals. Everyone wants the easy way, but I'm telling you what, there's an effort we're going to put in. In the early days of playing, I tried to play the harp with the worship team without the proper worship skills, without the right pickups, and without the right pedals. It didn't work too well. They just looked, who's this old guy? That's me, trying to play this harp out of tune. It just sounds like rubbish. So you can have a really expensive harp, but if it's not tuned right, you haven't got the right pickups in it, you haven't got into the right pedals, it sounds really average and awkward and feeding back. I can show you how to stop it feeding back. We've got the tools there to help you do that because we want it to be heard. We want the sound of the harp to be heard in worship. All right. I've got a disclaimer here. Sorry, I've got to read this. I can't guarantee that everyone will completely succeed at playing in worship next weekend along with their worship band. All right, that's my goal for you, but I can't guarantee that. But according to your aptitude, your musical aptitude, your diligence to learn, to practice the harp worship skills that I use and teach and get the right pickups, that I'm recommending and the right effects. Now, don't just go out and buy any old effects pedal from the shop, which give me the cheapest one, please. No, we've got some specific ones we're going to recommend to you. You'll have a very high chance of succeeding and blowing the lid of worship this weekend. Come on, blow the lid off it. Don't just turn up and with a lack of confidence saying, I'm not very good and haven't played in worship before and I'm a bit nervous. Come on, go in confidently. All right. All right, so here's our 3 secrets. I'm going to share my secrets with you today. Secret number 1, how to play along with any contemporary worship song without sheet music. Come on, you can do it. You don't need a chord chart. You don't need written music. You can play in worship this weekend on your harp. Secret number 2, how to use technology to modernize one of the most ancient instruments in the world. And secret number 3, how to rock it on the harp, on the platform with great confidence. Is a key word there. See, the word of God says our confidence is in him. I'm not trying to tell you to build your self-confidence. Build your confidence of God inside of you. He's given you the gift of music. You've got a harp. You've got a tool. Now do that confidently. Don't be shy about it. If you're going to make a mistake, make a confident mistake. Like make a great blunder or have some fun doing it. All right. So secret number 1, how to play the harp along with any contemporary worship song without sheet music. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to remember this. Small little writing there on the screen. There's no wrong notes. You've got to get that into your head. When your harp is in tune and you've got your levers in the right place, or in Alison's case, you've got pedals on your pedal harps. If you've got your pedal in the right place, your levers in the right place, the harp's in tune, I can play anything. Look, I'm looking at you. I'm not looking at the harp. I'm not a genius. I just found out when the harp is tuned to a diatonic scale, there's no wrong notes. Yeah, we can gliss, I can play three fingers on both hands, 6 strings at one time. Look, that doesn't take a genius. So stop looking at the strings. Stop getting so intent about, am I going to make a mistake here? Just play. Close your eyes and play. Does that sound right? If it doesn't sound perfect, move to the next note. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to learn skill number 1. All right? Alison knows what that one is. There's another 19 you should learn as well. And I keep developing more. There's another 10 that go on top of that for the next series on the master classes. But learn one skill. Listen. You can go to church with your harp in tune, with some pedals set up and pickup set up inside it, and play one skill in one song. That's all you need. Just start with that. Stop waiting until you've got the whole repertoire together. That's what I did. I launched in with one skill. I'm going to show you that skill. All right. So I'm going to play a video here. We're going to attempt to play a video. If it doesn't work, we're going to give you the link so you can play it on your own YouTube link. I'm actually on this clip, I'm playing prophetically, spontaneously, using several skills, but there's one skill called the gliss pluck, all right? And the question I've got for you before we even play this clip is, how many times do I play the gliss pluck in this video? In fact, I think I'm going to share the link with you right now. Let me do that. I'm going to put it up in chat right now. Good to see you guys chatting here. Anytime you want to chat away, do that. So there's the YouTube link. What I want you to do is click on that link right now and turn your volume up, have a good listen to it, and watch out for this. Here's the gliss pluck. That's all it is. I'm glissing with the left hand, I'm plucking with the right hand thumb. So I want you to look out for that gliss pluck, all right? I'm going to ask you some questions about that. How many times did I use that gliss pluck? So let me know if that link is working for you, and you can watch it as you go through. And someone can tell me when you've actually gotten to the end of that. There it is there again on the screen. It's in your group chat. You should be able to just click on that link, crank it up, count the amount of times I'm doing the gliss pluck. And then when you've got that, type it into the group chat. Tell me how many times I'll give you a few moments. It lasts for about a minute and a half. fantastic. Activation on the harp. Yeah. As soon as you've gotten to the end, you've done a quick count, just type, it's not like yes or no, you're not really going to fail the class. Just type in how many times I use that bliss pluck. All right, who's got a number for me? Oh, wow. 28. Sharon says 28. Any other numbers? Give me some numbers. It doesn't matter. It's not about, you got to be completely correct. Just go with what you thought as we went through that little clip. Any other numbers there? Just take a guess if you lost count. Just good to have some feedback from you. Excuse me. It shows you're listening. So someone listened to it on the webinar last night and said, "Oh, that was lovely." So don't just hear lovely. I want you to hear a specific skill being used, and that will actually benefit you a lot more. So who's got some more numbers there? All right, Cindy, you say 30 something. Wow. All right, any other numbers? Then I'll give you the actual answer. For those who are wondering, it's actually a little bit less than what Sharon and Cindy have said so far. It's a little bit less. Not quite that many times, but you're getting the idea. It did happen quite a few times in that one clip. So I would call that was actually an introduction to a song. It's like a spontaneous, prophetic moment, improvisational, and it's a skill that everyone can do. If you just played that in the right key with a tuned up harp with your band next Sunday in one song, come on, lift the roof off the worship. Anyone else who's got a number? We've got 2 numbers so far. All right, so I'm gonna move on here and give you the actual answer. Are you ready? The actual answer is 25. All right, so in a spontaneous way, about halfway through that piece of music, I used skill number 1, the bliss pluck, 3 times in a row early on, 12 times in the middle, and then another 10 times towards the end in a row. So we're not talking about playing solo harp. I'm not talking about you getting up and doing a solo performance. I'm talking about you playing along. Now, that was actually a solo moment on the harp. There's a little bit of guitar in the background. You can hear that as well. So here's what you can do. You can show up with your music director's permission, your senior pastor's permission, and play this skill, fitting it in sensitively to the gaps in a worship song this coming weekend, as long as your harp is in tune and in the right key. Come on. It's not rocket science. I'm trying to make it simple for you. There's Sam. Sam did our recent masterclass series of 10 lessons. And he said, this is his statement. I never played the harp before this webinar, and I played it in church the next weekend in worship. So he took the class, and look, I want to say this, he did. He played that. I was there with him in his church in Maruya, southern New South Wales. He played it in church. There's a picture of him. There's us together, actually. We played together. I said, Sam, come on, let's do this together. And guess what? He played one skill. It was actually skill number 3. But he actually did a bit of number 3 and a little bit of number 1. And we played together. He did it. He overcame. Come on. The word of God says, blessed is he that overcomes. You got to we talk about being an overcomer, but we can't overcome our own inferiority of not being a mega harp player and where's my sheet music? I don't know how to play. Come on, get 1 or 2 skills and get up and do it. So Sam's a great testimony. That was literally 3 days after the webinar. So secret 2, use technology to modernize one of the most ancient instruments in the world. All right, so we've got some things to recommend to you. Don't purchase pickups and slap them anywhere on the harp and hope they sound great. I've tried so many different pickups. Many of them sound woeful, all right? I've got some ones to recommend it to you. I've tried many positions of positioning them on the harps and discovered the ultimate setup, all right? So I'm going to share my secrets with you of how to set those things up. So what we've done, initially I picked up different brands, tried them, configured them, tried different places under the strings. You can actually get pickups that'll fit under each string. And I've met some other harpists that have had dreadful trouble with those because it's very expensive. If one breaks down, they all break down. They're all linked together. So they tend to be a little bit unreliable and don't actually sound any better. So I've packaged together some transducer pickups for installation and instructions to show you how to install them on your harp without having to drill holes in your expensive harp, all right? So wait till the end of the webinar and I've got the link and I've got the information for you for that. So my goal is that we want to be heard in worship and have enough clarity and definition to cut through the worship, especially with a noisy band. I was not long ago playing in a church on the Gold Coast, actually called Surf City, and Rosanna Palmer was there. She was worship pastor at the time. And anyone in Australia knows Rosanna Palmer. She's from the Rosanna's Raiders. Look at her hair. Look at her guitar. She is a rocker. This is a pretty funny picture because here she is. She's singing. I'm singing, playing the harp. She's not even playing her guitar again. So when you really get that harp cranked up, the guitarists go, whoa, I don't need to play as much. I've got a harp player here that's actually filling a lot of space here. And Rosanna was funny. She did play later on. She's got a big, quad Marshall stack behind her, and it's like loud. You can still be heard. And incidentally, we were singing that song, Your Presence is Heaven to Me. And we sang it together and led it together in that worship set. It was just an amazing time. We want your harp to be heard, all right? Secret number 3, how to rock it on the harp on stage, or you could actually say on the platform. Stage kind of implies a bit of a performance. I like the word platform better because it implies that, it's just a raised piece of timber and we can minister. So I experiment with many different pedals. And I have a reasonable pedal board now, but I found the best pedal for the atmosphere of worship that engages people is the Strymon Big Sky. Now, I'm not selling it to you, all right? I've got pedals here to sell to you. I'm just telling you my secrets, all right? This is for free. Get one of these, whatever you do. Save up, get one of these. Take this, plug your harp with the right pickups, plug it into this one pedal and worship the Lord. I'm telling you, it really just creates an atmosphere. So I've used cheaper pedals. I'm not trying to bag gear. I've used ones like this, the HOF, the TC Electronic. It's a reverb pedal, but it sounds like nothing. It just doesn't do much for the harp. I've actually had 2 of these pedals. I've had 2 of these looper pedals, the Jam Man. And again, I'm not trying to bag stuff out. I'm not trying to, put it down. I've had 2 of them, and both of them are broken down. So they're inexpensive, but you can actually pay a little bit more and get some good gear that we recommend. So it's important to get the right gear, get the right equipment, all right? My secret weapon is this one, the Big Sky. It's expensive, it's not cheap, all right? So stick around, I'll show you how to get one of these at the cheapest rate possible. I've contacted the major stores in America, the wholesalers, the dealers. I've contacted Australian stores, UK, to get the best prices and deals to pass on and let you guys know about, all right? Again, it's up to you together. This is my current pedal board. You can see there on the bottom right-hand side of it, there's the Big Sky. It's just one element. So it's a serious investment if you want to go the whole way. There's, $5,000 or $6,000 worth of pedals right there in that pedal board. You don't need to do that to play in worship. You can just get one, all right? Just get one skill, the right pickups, one pedal, and just worship, all right? Get started. Don't wait till it's all perfected. So don't look at my board and say, I haven't got all that. I haven't got the money for that. Start somewhere. All right, wouldn't you agree this has been good time spent so far? We can't cover everything. I can't possibly teach you how to play the harp. I can't teach you skill 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 right now in this webinar. But this is more about activation. I want to see the harp activated in church worship. I want to see the harp activated in the prophetic. So we've got a special offer so you can know everything you need to know in order to play the harp in worship for decades to come. So if we got this deal, it's only available to the end of the week, all right? So you've got to jump on it while you can. We don't serve the God who is El Shaddai. We serve the God who is El Shaddai, not El Cheapo. All right, you've heard that joke before. He's not El Cheapo, he's El Shaddai. So it's going to cost. And I want to encourage you. Here's my challenge. Invest in the 10 masterclass lessons, the 20 skills, start working on them. If your harp doesn't have amazing pickups, get some. If you don't have great effects pedals, buy a pedal like the Big Sky. Just launch out. Get a loan, get some help, get some friends, put it down for your next birthday or Christmas. It's worth the investment. Let me encourage you to invest in yourself. Get the training, which in turn produces confidence. If you don't have the training of how to play in worship, you don't have the confidence. And as I said, I can't give you this magic pill today. Like, here, I'm going to put it down the screen. You ready? You can have this heart pill and just take it and wow, you've just all got it happening. I can't pray a magical prayer and God, just do a miracle right now and give everyone the gift of playing the harp in worship. You've got to do something and get the training and understanding to get the skills for this. Invest into the harp you've already spent a lot of money on. So those that have a harp, they're not cheap, right? And so now don't leave it sit there and not be used. You've got to invest further to actually get some use out of that thing, all right? Invest in your church. Come on, your church, people appreciate the harp. Wherever I go, they're like, wow, I didn't know the harp sounded like that in worship. It just helped me experience God. People are seeing visions, like people are weeping. People are experiencing the presence of God everywhere I go, and I'm not trying to conjure something up. Listen, I've led worship from the piano for decades, from the guitar for decades, and I'm telling you, there's nothing like leading worship from the harp and seeing people engage and be healed and be set free, their emotions released. It's just phenomenal. And invest into the atmosphere of worship in your church. There's an atmosphere that the harp produces that no other instrument produces. I'm sorry. It's funny. I've shown you a couple of pictures so far, and you've seen the guitarist kind of go like, "Oh, I don't know what to play," because the harp just, when you put the right pedals on, it just fills the space. It sounds. I haven't got the technology to even show you here today what this harp sounds like with those pedals on, but the atmosphere is just so moving. So it's about investment. I'm about to over deliver for you guys. All right. I just want to blow you away with a deal here that'll just help you grow and give you some tools to work on. So I've got a 10-part masterclass program. That's a value of $997. Lifetime membership and access to that has $997 worth of value. 20 deep dive skill videos that has $497 of value. The written sheet music and notes. If you read music, all the music is there. If you don't read music, we've also written out the notes. That's $197 of value. Now this is where the real value is: a coaching and support group. We don't want to just leave you hanging and like you guys can just like now learn a few skills. You're on your own. No, we get together. We've developed a support group that you can actually join, and we look after each other. That's another value right there of $497. So before we total that up, I've got a question for you. If this was free, would you join the masterclass program now? So answer that question. Put it into group chat. If it was free, say, yes, I join for free. All right. So unfortunately, it's not free, but it's not going to cost what you think it's going to cost. There is a cost. But to think about it this way, if it didn't cost anything, you wouldn't value it. So anyway, if you have it for free, put up, yes, I'd have it for free. But add that all together. Some of you are really quick at addition. I'm not that quick. So here's the total value, $3,185. That's good value. I mean, there's like a decade worth of work there. You can go on. Think about this. Think about if you actually went for lessons. So in this, there's a 10-part masterclass video program, high quality videos. Like you can actually see the strings and see them clearly. For people like Alison, you've just done this class with us. We've also provided a second series of these classes that are also there. This is actually just a quick snapshot of video lesson 1. We've also given you the previous 10. So there's 2 versions of it. So if you think you've missed out on previous webinars, we've also got another 10 that follow on with that. Here's masterclass lesson number 2. Again, clear video so you can actually see the strings and get that. We're giving you the lifetime membership. We're offering you the 20 deep dive video skills so you can actually dive into them and get, just without going through all the lessons again, you can actually go right into those video skills and learn from that. Then we got the videos. Here's the videos of the skills. There's the Gliss Pluck. You can see it's partway through. That video is only 1 minute and 42 long. There's all the skills are there. Skill number 6, which is harp rhythms. So it goes for 4 minutes. I teach on rhythms, and you can see, I don't know if you can quite see it there on the screen. There's a little white dot on my harp on the right hand there. Let's see it clearer. There it is, a little dot there. That's where the pickup is situated, how to get a kick drum sound out of the harp. Skill number 14, it's called the chord pluck in G. They're all videos that are available there. Skill 20, it's called the 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're all available right there. The written sheet music, the notation. Some of you read music. It's all written out there for you, how to get into those skills. The lesson notes, the extensive lesson notes, all on PDF that come with those. There's the lesson notes for masterclass number 2. You can see all those. Easy to follow notation, what we're doing in those skills and how to get ready for. So here's what I'm saying. Let's support each other. Let's get into a coaching group. So we started up a Facebook private group just for those who actually register. Now, those who have done the classes before, like Alison, who's with us today, they're already an invited member of the group. And I'm going to go on and put future coaching tips in there and keep sharpening us up and keep encouraging us all together as we go forward. There's one lady in the group there called Annette, and she was actually on the call last night. I'm so proud of her. She's from Hervey Bay in Queensland, and she sent me a video of when she was playing at Christmas time in her with her worship team, but she's playing solo harp. I was so proud of her. She did on the harp. She accompanied another singer. What's the song? My favorite Christmas song, "Oh Holy Night." Oh Holy Night. And she did an amazing job of it. So she just used a combination of all the skills, figured it out herself, figured out the arrangement and was playing it. No music, no written music, accompanying this singer. I was so proud of her. And so she gets to share things like that with the group, and we get to applaud and encourage each other on. What we do need is ongoing support. So who has this worked for? This has worked for established musicians who play the piano or guitar. It works for people who've never played an instrument before. I've met people who have both purchased harps, done the master classes with us, and they've never played an instrument before, and they've dived in and says, wow, it is simple. To play in worship is simple. Now, it's a different thing to do what Annette has done, and that's to play an accompaniment solo harp style. That takes a few years, all right, but you can be playing in worship this coming weekend. People have been learning the harp for years that are now playing in worship. So it doesn't matter how long you've been playing for. Let's get you activated in worship. So the first option, we've got 2 options, all right, that we don't charge you anything. Don't change anything. You just leave your harp in the corner, hoping you'll master it one day. And the chances are you probably won't. All right. The second option, it requires a little higher investment, but in exchange, I can devote my resources to you. All right. So I've spent years now developing this and putting these programs together. And so there's going to be an exchange of value here. But I tell you what, when you put your treasure where your heart is, your heart becomes where your treasure is. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So take this thing further. I know you've invested in the harp, and that's a lot. Alison, she's with us today. I'm so proud of you. Here's her statement here. I'm a harp teacher and played for more than 30 years. That's amazing, Alison. I feel like such a junior beside you. And I joined the master classes to know how to use the harp for contemporary worship. And Alison goes on to say, this is technically difficult solo instrument, but Andrew's approach is unique and it works. So I appreciate that comment, Alison. That's just so powerful coming from you as a you're a harp teacher. So here's Alison. I got this from Facebook. You played the harp in church last weekend. I'm so proud of you. Wow, that's amazing. Evidence. And I loved your statement. I just copied it straight off your Facebook quote. Hope you're okay with that. Look at this. Alison, you said, you're Alison from North Carolina. Today was my first day playing with the band at our church. I've never played or plugged into a big system like that. It's quite daunting, isn't it? Like, it sounds massive when they get it right. And the loudness of it really surprised me and caused me to play more lightly than I normally would. And I get the same thing. When it's loud, you don't have to really go for it. You've got a lot more dynamics. And so I tend to play softer to start with and then use those dynamics when I want to really express that. It gives me a lot more dynamic range having it plugged in. You go on to say, Alison, I was so intimidated by the huge sound that I ended up mostly playing bass. That's so funny. I wonder if there was a bass player. I'm not sure. You can tell us in group chat if there was a bass player playing there, Alison, with you. It added to the overall sound of the group. Good on you. It helped me feel comfortable my first day out. That's amazing, Alison, that you've played for so many years, and last Sunday was your first time to actually get up there. So other than adding the bass line, I picked up a little musical motif for each song. Good on you. You got the idea. And just tried to get that in the right place, in the right rhythm. Laugh out loud. It sounds like you're having fun. It doesn't sound like much, but it was an okay place to start. It was an okay place to start, considering my nerves and inexperience. I can't believe you were saying that, Alison. Not inexperienced. You're an experienced player, but I understand inexperience of playing in worship with the band. And see, the thing I've learned with is not to take over the joint, but actually fill in. And we talk about that in the training, how to fill in a worship song, how to fill in around other musicians and how that works, and with the right skills to do that with. I think also the guitarist was really curious about my instrument and loved talking about effects pedals. Guitarists always love talking about effects pedals. They're so funny. I think these effects pedals may be just something that you accumulate. Yes, you do. Ha ha. It's it's a journey, and I don't think I've arrived yet. I've changed so many pedals over the last few years and finally found a whole group of them that work really powerfully for me. Overall, I think it was a success. I'm not afraid to try again. Good on you. Putting aside the printed page, joining my band. Can't quite see this going off my screen there. Joining my band was a big step. And for this paper-trained classical musician, but I really enjoyed it. Thanks, Andrew Ironside. Alison, I am so proud of you that you stepped down and did it. So here's the class. Here's all the things you get, $3,185. You say, I'm trying to sell you something. Yes, I am, but not at that price, all right? All right, so for the first 12, we've already had several last night join up. In fact, I think we're already close to that 12 number. They've joined up and said, we want to be part of the masterclass. You get this DVD with another 7 lessons on it. You actually get the download of the DVD, the digital download. That is another $57 value. You also get this, the harp album. So my harp 528 album, full of beautiful harp worship. You just put it on, you get a digital download of that. It's another $27 of value. The bonuses for the first 12 people, all right? So in addition to all those things we talked about, we've got this value going on here that's incredible. And so if all I did was give you some encouragement to pick up the harp again, would it be worth it? If these tools, like if having these tools, so everything's laid out for you, you can just click on the links and just get those instant lessons and instant skill videos, deep dive skill videos, instant notes and a notation to go with it. Would it be worth it? Because you get activated on the harp. If I could help you play one song in church this year, would it be worth it? If I can help you to stand up and prophesy in the harp, that's what I'm looking forward to hearing next from Alison, that she gets up in worship and starts to prophesy. And you're not even really thinking about the skills now. It's just something is coming out of you. It's not skill number 1 and skill number 5 and skill number 3. No, it's inside your spirit. It's coming out of here, and God's using you. I'm telling you what, it opens up worship. It opens up people's hearts. It would be worth it. I went back to Mount Isa recently. It's a very remote city in Australia. In fact, it is the most remote city in Australia. I'm talking outback. And here's Carl. The church there actually bought this harp from me. It's a 36 stringer a little while ago. And in fact, they bought the harp and they bought the pedal board. So it's like a $6,000 harp and a $6,000 pedal board. I went back and there was Carl prophesying. I was standing beside him in the worship service. I pulled my phone out like, this is amazing. I got a picture of Carl. He'd done the course with us, and I was, again, another moment. There he is. He's actually, you can see people like in a really reverent moment in the church. They're just being really touched and ministered to. So what would it cost? the actual cost of going to harp lessons for 7 years or 10 years or so. See, I did 10 years classical training on the piano. It cost my mother a lot of money to send me for lessons as a youngster. So we're giving you something here that I think, in fact, I believe will take you years into the future. There'll be stuff that you can just keep. You get lifetime membership here. What would it cost if you just leave your harp in the corner? You know, what would you pay to get this kind of training in worship? You know, someone make me an offer. But we've got an unbelievable offer here. So here's the value, $3,185. But look at this. We're going to set you up with a deal. Others have been paying me $350 just to do the masterclass lessons. Now we're offering not just that one set, we're offering 2 sets of masterclass lessons. In fact, it's the 2 versions of the same lessons. And this is to help you get activated on the harp. And by the way, those who have done that, like Alison, they're already considered members. They get an add-on deal on that. That's the next level. That's the next 7 lessons, the intermediate level. So the next lot of 7 master classes and the notes that go with those and the videos that goes with those as well. If you were to invest into getting into this program, this training skills, then I can guarantee ongoing support in our coaching support group. To me, that's where the real value is, that you're not left alone. You're not on your own. You've got a bunch of other people that are struggling in the same way, the same difficulties, and we're here to help each other in a very powerful way. So here we go. Here's the deal. All right, $297. All right, we said over $3,000 worth of value, free gifts. I've put the link up here for this already. The 4th icon down, you see the little megaphone? It's got offers. If you go right there to click on offers, you click join now. Remember, we're only allowing 12, all right? I'm looking for 12 people say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to commit to it. I'm going to get connected into it. Just a one-time payment, $297, and you get the entire harp worship program. So go down to that little megaphone icon where it says offers, and you can actually click on that where it says join now. Wow. So do that. Someone do that. You got, like, dive in. So as well as that, we've got another bonus. This bonus is gold. I'm telling you. People ask me about this everywhere I go in our training workshops. I'm going to do another workshop training week this weekend up in far north Queensland. And one of the things I teach, and this was a double training CD. Now it's a digital download of Perfect Pitch. This is $57 of value also for those first 12 that actually connected. There's only a few more spots left, so get in there and get this kind of value. This will help you musically. This will help you. This is like the difference between watching a high definition 4K, high resolution TV, and then sitting beside someone else who's watching a little black and white, 10-inch screen, and they're both watching the same channel. Who's going to get the better experience? That's what Perfect Pitch is like. I'm just trying to give you a visual example of that, which is, and Perfect Pitch is an auditory thing that can be trained. I've proven it time and time again. You can develop Perfect Pitch. So that's a free bonus. Like, we're just adding value here for the first 12 that actually connect in and take up that offer today. So click on that link. I don't think you can click on this link on the screen, but go to that megaphone icon that's on the right hand side of your screen where it says offers, and actually click where it says join now, and you can actually get that. You don't even wait. Get in first, because I want to see those that are hungry to learn and to grow to get this. So I've got a 30-day guarantee. I need to do this. If you join today and if you don't like it for any reason, I don't care if it's 29 days, 23 hours and 59 minutes from now, just let me know and we will give you your money back. I want you to be completely satisfied, and I believe you will be satisfied as you start to dive into these lessons and get the notes and get the deep dive videos and get the support of the Facebook group, the closed group that was set up as a network to support each other. Is it worth taking a few minutes of your time to check this out? Which, even if it does half of what I've told you or claimed today, will it help you and get enjoyment out of playing the harp again and pay for itself? I believe it will. It's great, great value. There's Lish. Lish did our training a couple of years ago now, and she's a worship leader, great worship leader. She sings really well. So look at her on the left. She's singing away beautifully. Look at her now on the right. There's such enjoyment. This is what I want to see for you guys. Look at just that euphoria that you get when you're playing the harp in worship and it sounds right and people are connected and people are experiencing God. That's what we want you guys to experience. So Lish is She's now playing the harp in worship. There's another great example. She did the 10 masterclass lessons. So guys, connecting to it right now. She's got a testimony here. This is what Lish says. She's had the harp for quite a while. She says, I felt stuck in how I was playing the harp. She said, I was doing a few little things, but I wanted to bring excellence in the worship and be accountable. So I joined, and wow, so glad I did. So there's an accountability that we encourage each other to practice in our group, in our closed group, coaching group. We remind you to practice. All right. And you've got to put something in. I believe in a God of miracles, but I'm not asking for a miracle every Sunday when I go out and play the harp. Yes, I do want God's help, but I want the Holy Spirit to flow through me. I want to see people ministered to, but I also want to do my work and prepare for it. You see, in the Old Testament, they called King Saul called for David, and he asked for a cunning player on the harp. He asked for a man who was skillful in playing. So that's why we teach people skills. All right, so take action now. Don't delay, guys. Get right in there now. Click on that megaphone where it says offers. Click on the blue icon that says join now. You can actually go right in there and start the process and get those free gifts to enroll. Yes, I want to sell it to you? Yes, I do. But I want to see you activated. Listen, I can't sit here today and teach you skill 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We don't have the time for that. What I'm saying to you is they're available. And those that have already done the available 10 masterclasses, we've got another 7, a next level for you, available for the same price. And I've got another link for you to find that on. I'll just share that with you in just a moment. So if you don't sign up immediately, there could be a reason. One, you don't have the funds. So please ask us about a payment option. I'm going to put my email address up again in a minute. Just ask about the payment option. We don't want you not to do it because you can't afford it right now. Please email me, and don't be shy about it. Say, hey, what's your payment option? How can I get onto a payment plan? What's a good way to do this? And depending whether you're in Australia or overseas, we have different options for that. If you think it's too difficult, can I say this? I play 23 instruments, all right? This is the easiest. For worship, this is the easiest. If you, again, I'll be honest with you, you want to play it classically, play in an orchestra, even play solo at weddings, yes, you're going to have there's a greater level of difficulty. But I'm talking about playing in worship. I'm talking about being with other musicians, just letting worship flow out of the harp and finding the place to do that. This is the easiest. You don't have to be highly musical. So it's not too difficult. Another reason you might say, hey, listen, I don't have time. Andrew, I'm too busy. Can I say this? You do need to practice, but it doesn't take a lot of time. In the very first lesson of the masterclass, I teach about how to build myelin, how to actually use the brain process to what's called deep practice. There's a way to practice that's different to what most people do. So I teach that in the very first lesson. Guys, you can practice for 10 minutes. You can practice for 15 minutes. This is how to actually get into deep practice where you'll build skills and you'll go so much further, so much quicker with it. And a lot of people don't know about it. It's like the world's best kept secret, how to build more myelin, all right? So it's worth getting the masterclass just to get that information in lesson 1. So it doesn't require a lot of time. You don't need a lot of time, just a little bit of time regularly, and you will build skills so quickly. We'll show you how to do that. I'm nothing special. I'm not, listen, just because I play 23 instruments doesn't mean I'm super talented. I'm not super talented. I'm actually not very good at being disciplined. I'm not actually very good at practice. I'm not even very good at technology. I've kind of stumbled around and thumbled around to find some ingredients that work, and I wanted to pass that on to you and share it with you. There's a whole lesson in the masterclass series devoted to technology to show you how to get the best out of your pedals, how to loop properly, how to EQ the harp. So I've got some EQ pedals in my pedal board that I shape the sound before it even goes to the sound desk. I show you how to do that, give you the settings. So if I can play the harp in worship, so can you. Absolutely, you can do it. So for the first 12 people, don't forget these bonuses. There's $141 of bonuses. Like, get it now. There's only 12 available of these, right? Once it hits the software, once it hits 12, it's like, bam, no more. The extra 7 lessons on how to play. This is like the basics. When I first started playing the harp, within the first 12 months, I started putting out this DVD. Like, this is my basic stuff, people, as I say in the DVD. This is all I've got to share with you. I shared that information there. It's another 7 lessons. There's the harp album. Get that for free, all right? There's the developing of perfect pitch, which is a double training resource there. Get it. It's great value added on. Go to the link right now that's under offers, the right-hand side of your screen. Join now. Join the harp worship program. I'm telling you, let's get activated. I want to see more people activated in worship right now. So I've got the free gift. There's still some of you here that are here at the end of this, and I said there's an offer, a free gift, and here it is right now. Here's how you do it. You go to this link. I'll actually post it in the group chat as well, so you can actually get this link and go to the very bottom of the page of this link, and it will give you this free gift. So I'm just going to post it now in the chat. Here it is, coming at you right now. You guys have stayed this long. You deserve it. Here's a free album. So this is, I was asking my son-in-law, Dave, who helped me set up this webinar, and I said, Dave, this is like our latest album. This is, I don't know if I should be giving this away for free. He said, well, you need to give it away. That's the one you need to give away. Listen, this contains the harp and quite a few songs, quite a few tracks of this album. It's a very contemporary worship album. That's a free gift. So guys, go there. If you don't join the webinar, get the free gift, for goodness sake. You've stayed this long. It's been 1 hour right now, and we're all but finished. I've got a few more links to show you on how to get the pedals and how to get the pickups. But listen, at least go and click on that link, and if you scroll right to the bottom of the page, someone just tell me when you've actually got that free album. Someone tell me when it's worked for you. So I've got the album, Worship Encounter 3, or you can call it We3 for short. And I want to make sure that people are getting the free gift, because you guys are awesome legends. I want to open up for questions. No doubt you guys have some questions. Some might have questions about the payment plan. Some might have questions about the skills or the lessons, about your harp or pickups or pedals or whatever. Here's what I recommend you do. If you've got some pedals that are not working, sell them. Get on eBay, Craigslist. In Australia, we use Gumtree. It's like Australia's version of Craigslist. So go to the bottom of that page, get your free harp album. Someone put it up when you've got that downloading successfully, and I just want to know that you've got your free gift. And I'll tell you what, you will enjoy the album as well. Go forward into the, I think it's about track 6 or 7, where the harp starts to be used in the worship. Go straight to the harp songs. It's just amazing. All right, someone let me know when you've successfully downloaded that free gift there. I want to make sure that you guys are getting it. All right, so enroll now, guys. We're only taking 12, as I said. We've got what I call the ultimate acoustic harp pickups, all right? This comes with an instructional video. It comes with, we'll have to post this to you, all right? You can't download this. We'll have to post these out to you. Normally, these are $270, but we got 40% off. So in Australian dollars, these pickups are $162 plus shipping and handling. In US, that comes out at $127 US. Or if you're in England, we have people connecting from England. That's £89 plus shipping and handling. So you can order that by actually emailing me direct. So I'll just put my email address up again. You can use that one, info@andrewinside.com. or use even my more personal email. I'm going to share that with you right now in the chat, so you guys can email me directly. There it is right there. Carol, you say you can't see the link for the free gift. So if you click on that that link that I showed you there, that it's just down a few, theheartworship.com/enroll-now, go to the very bottom of the page. It's listed right there. Several others will be able to get it already. So, Alison, can't hear anything anymore, but thank you. Of course, gave me great ideas and made me do it. Very different playing in a band, Alison says, yeah. Oh, you had no bass to play with, so Alison was the bass player. That's really cool. That's so musically intuitive of you, Alison, to actually fill in for the bass. So good on you, yeah. Kathleen says I need to do payments, so email me. You've got my email address there. I just put it there for you, so you can email me directly, and I can talk to you about how that can work. So I want to make sure that everyone gets the free gift. Like Carol, you said you can't find it. Have a look there, heartworship.com/enroll-now. And at the very, very bottom of that page, there's a link for the free gift for the We3 harp album. So I think you should be able to get that. And then I've got a link here for you to get the Big Sky. I've priced it in America, I've priced it in Australia and in the UK. And incidentally, it's a pity you guys aren't all living in Australia because it's actually cheaper in Australia. By the time you convert the Australian dollars back to American dollars, it comes out cheaper. That price at $5.12 doesn't include shipping. So they won't ship the Big Sky. So like Sweetwater in America, they won't ship the Big Sky with free shipping. There's an extra charge for shipping. So it comes out quite a bit more than what we would pay for it in Australia. It's kind of a lockdown deal. Whatever you do, don't buy a secondhand one. I saw a secondhand one on eBay yesterday for $1,200. I couldn't believe it, on eBay, or was it Amazon? Someone had the Big Sky listed for $1,200. It's no, it was $1,900. So it doesn't cost that much. So in USA, as I said, with tax, it's about $5.12. In Australian dollars with tax, it's $6.59, and UK it's £3.57. So I'll put that email address up. You can actually contact this guy in Australia. For those that are in Australia, it's probably not worthwhile buying your pedal from Australia if you don't live here, because the shipping from Australia is going to be exorbitant. Unless you link it up with one of my trips, I come over to America regularly, and I can bring one over with me and get it to you. So here's Tim's address. I just put that up in group chat there. There we go. Email address, Tim at Taramara. He will get that one for you at $6.59, which is a good deal. Okay, Sharon, it failed. We'll keep working on that for you. What I'll do is I'll endeavor to contact you later. I'll send you a follow-up email. I'm not sure what quite is happening there. I'm not the technical person to actually be able to operate this. It has been working. A lot of other people have got their free downloads. So for some reason, it's not showing up for you guys. Let me just double check that we got the right link. Yeah, I think I'll give you the right link. It's just underneath where you see the Visa card symbol. Anyone see that? It's got redeem your free gift. In fact, let me try it. I might actually have given you a slightly wrong link. It could be my it could be my technical. Hang on a second. Hang on. Here we go. Try this one out. Try this, because I just had a look at it. There it is. So try this. I think the one with the dash now doesn't have it. So on that link I just gave you, try that again, and just below, I can see it there. Just below the Visa card symbol, the MasterCard symbol, American Express, all that kind of stuff, you can see the free gift, the deluxe version of the Worship Encounter 3 album. And while you're there, go ahead and register, guys. Just go ahead, dive into it. And those, as I said before, that have done the first 10 lessons actually get for the same price the next 7, the intermediate level, for the same price, which is a great deal. You get that. So check that out. Just go back up here. So get those pickups. Those are acoustic harps. Don't forget to order your pickups. I've only got a few sets of those available here. Order them. Can everyone find that free gift now? Try that new link. Yep. Someone tell me that you successfully downloaded it, because I think that is in fact the correct link now. harpworship.com/enroll. I've just been there and checked it out myself. So if your computers are seeing what I'm seeing, you should be able to download that. All right, so Kathleen, make sure you email me. I've got a lot of things going on, and I don't want to forget to touch base with you to organize how we can arrange a payment system for you. Guys, get activated. Whatever you do, play and worship this Sunday. Just get that first skill and use it. Use it in worship. Let's see it. Let's see it get activated. Alison can't hear me, but hopefully, you guys, someone tell me you can hear me still. I'm not sure what's going on here. I've got my mic switched on. Haven't changed anything here, so it should be working. Time to get that free download, guys. Worship and Count of Three. A great album, by the way. I know you'll be blessed and enjoy it. Here's the offer today. Get the $297 10 lessons, 2 versions of each of those lessons, plus the 20 download videos, plus the 10 webinar notes, plus the 20 skills notes, plus the 7 new lessons for those that have done their previous webinar. So if you're already a member, you've already done the previous 10, the beginner lessons, we've got the next ones going. All right, Sharon, you said you'd like the payment plan. Did anyone? Okay, Kathleen, you got it. You got it. All right, so you got the free download. I know you're going to enjoy that album straight away. Unfortunately, we can't do the extra bonus deals for those who want the payment plans. The bonus deals for those the first 12 who are connecting into the master classes and the heart training right now. All right, guys. So that's about the end of it. If you got any more questions, you've got my email. You can always. Okay, Kathleen, you can hear me. That's good. All right. So obviously, audio cut out for a little while there. Not quite sure what happened, but hopefully that's helpful to you. heartworship.com/enroll. It's where you can enroll and get the free gift. We figured that one out finally. Sorry, my mistake earlier. So Sharon, you said, yes, you got it. Kathleen's got it. Kathleen can hear me. That's great. Awesome. It's been great to be with you guys. I hope to meet you in person one day. And let's once you join up, we'll see you on the Facebook group and our support group and our coaching group there to just keep encouraging each other along. All right. So that's an amazing thing. We're going to say over and out and look forward to seeing you sometime in the future. Hey, but if I don't, see you playing the harp in heaven. Hey, bye.